In the building, chat. Go ahead, clap it up for Arizona legend. Played in the league for the Lakers, Toronto, all type of teams in the league. Y'all know what's going on, man. How you feeling, brother?
I'm doing good, bro.
First of all,
out here grinding in the G League here in Iowa, finishing the season up.
First of all, nice to meet you. That's number one. I'll go by B. Ellis.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well, bro. I feel like I watch the videos all the time, so I feel like I know who you are. Like we've never met, but I definitely know.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. You tapped in like that?
Yeah, man. It's like I like watching basketball, so for me, it's been cool to watch, especially all the shit talking and the competitive spirit of the games. And I play ones all the time, and I see a bunch of guys in the gyms all summer long. So the platform y'all have it on is super competitive, and my thing is always the conditioning aspect of it. It's like you got to be in shape. You can't just it's not playing to 11, like you playing to 30. So you can't just, what I'm saying? You might gas out before you lose the game. So you got to be in shape.
Yes, bro.
That's really cool.
Before we even start, bro, I do want to talk to you about your playing career, bro, before we even get started in the YouTube scene. Because I'm 16, you 15. I just feel like I've watched you like for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
I appreciate that.
Talk to me about your Arizona career, bro, because like that 2015 year period in college basketball is probably like one of the best years I've watched college basketball. So just talk to me about that experience.
It was good, man. I think it was obviously I was coming off of a pretty good high school career and going to a team with really established players, players that were tested, and we played a really competitive schedule as well. And we were one of those teams the whole year that a lot of people looked at as we could be in the Final Four, easily win the whole championship. So it was fun, definitely. The whole ride, it was hard being a freshman and really not having the knowledge of how to really prepare for seasons. Like if I knew what I knew now about basketball, just the professionalism wise, like just eating wise, like you kind of know, but you're just more into it now, I guess. You just feel a little better going into games and stuff like that. Like I probably didn't start getting massages and stuff until I got in the league.
Really?
Which was definitely offered for me in college, but I was like, I don't need no massage. Like I'm 18 years old, feeling good every day. So yeah, it was a fun year, bro. Like, it obviously I was blessed to be able to go leave after my first year, but it would have been fun to be able to, especially with NIL, it'd been fun to be able to stay around and, actually like play, but at that point in time, it was, after the season.
You know what's going on. This video was sponsored by Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching sports. The next part of our lineup is going to be less than 22.5 points for DeMar DeRozan. He's playing a defensive-minded, tough, gritty Detroit Pistons team who's trying to make their mark in the playoffs as well and get a good seed. So we're going to go less than 22.5 points for DeMar DeRozan tonight against the Detroit Pistons. Part of our lineup is going to be less than 22.5 points for DeMar DeRozan. He's playing a defensive-minded, tough, gritty Detroit Pistons team who's trying to make their mark in the playoffs as well and get a good seed. So we're going to go less than 22.5 points for DeMar DeRozan tonight against the Detroit Pistons. You already know what to do. Click the link in the description, download Prize Picks, and use code BELLIS to receive $50 guaranteed once you place your $5 lineup. That's code BELLIS to receive $50 guaranteed once you place your first $5 lineup. Let's get to it.
And it became a business thing. So
yeah. How was the process of the draft and all of that? Like, how was that for you?
Oh, it was super. I mean, for me, it was easy.
Yeah.
I was, one of the youngest players in the draft, and
yeah.
I loved to work out. I was working out already, so I was, coming off a season. I was in shape, so it wasn't really. It was just really. It was really a time in my life where it was like I got a chance to really work at basketball for weeks at a time, like all day long, only do that. And so like I wasn't the guy that was like fixed on the draft boards or like cared really where I went between, obviously I wanted to go high in the lottery and that stuff does matter, but once I knew I was kind of going where I was, in an early space, I was like, hey, look, let's prepare for what I'm going to next. So like I was more excited about, getting prepared for summer league that year and the start of training camp.
Yeah.
Um, that was what I was really focused on. The process was just like, for me, jump shooting has always been something I had to work on. And I was just shooting, 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 lifting, running, shooting, 2 or 3 days. So it was a fun time for sure. Something I'll never forget.
Bro, I feel like you were dominant. You understand what I'm saying? Like you were dominant when you played. Like even during your high school career, Arizona then transitioned into the league. Like dominant is always the thing that comes to mind when somebody mentions Stanley Johnson to me. Can you talk to me about some of your best moments in the league, really quickly?
Yeah, I mean, I think you know a lot. I mean, well, Lakers and San Antonio and
Yeah,
Detroit. Like, I think my best moments was, in my opinion, was the moments where our teams were winning.
yeah,
That was like, it's really fun when your team is being successful. That dunking, all this stuff, all that stuff is fun as well, and winning awards. But when you're winning, in an established league, it's a lot of hard work and stuff like that. So, getting to the playoffs my first year was cool.
mm.
The year in Toronto where we went to the Eastern Conference semis was cool. Playing in the bubble.
What year was that? What year was that, brother?
Um, that was after, what year was that? 15, 19, 20,
20.
2020, yeah,
Bubble?
2020. That's the year, like,
Bubble?
yeah, the year the Lakers won a championship. I was on one of the Raptors team that lost to the Celtics in the Eastern Conference semifinal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um, and just that whole process was really fun. We had won like 17 games or something like that in a row going into the bubble. And we played really well in the bubble. The bubble was just like such a weird situation. And then obviously getting a chance to play at home was dope, and playing with Braun, super dope. But like, I mean, I feel like, still young in my career, so hopefully some more great moments, but those are the ones that definitely stand out.
brother. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You see this guy
Mm.
behind me,
Who that?
the goat.
Oh, Russ.
All right, bro.
And playing with, yeah, Russ,
Bro,
Melo, yeah.
brother.
AD,
I need you to talk to me, man. How how
yeah.
how is Russ in the locker room, bro?
Russ is different, man. He's definitely one of my favorite teammates I've had for sure.
Yeah,
Like, as a dude, as a player, that's who you want to play with. Like, you know what I'm saying? And as a person, like, real cool. Like, you know, before the games, he's mad focused, but pretty much anytime outside of that, every day it's always, fun and jokes, laughing, keeping it light. He's been through a lot of stuff, so you definitely can, ask him questions, rely on him, and a really honest, solid dude. Like, um, it was amazing. And so, especially that was a rough year for all of us that year. But
yeah.
it's just like the stuff he's had to go through during that time was crazy because he's really a solid dude. Like, he's really a really good dude and a really really good player as well. So it's crazy.
Brother, how hungry are you right now? You said you're in the G. You've had a
Yeah,
great NBA career. You're trying to get back in the NBA. How hungry are you right now? Like, what's going on for you right now?
man, I'm super hungry and excited. Like,
Yeah,
I'm 28 years old. I'll turn 29 this year, and I feel like I've gotten better at so much stuff, and I've finally had enough time to, be able to have a reliable jump shot
yeah,
that I can use, and I kind of know how to play, and I'm carving out a role for myself, or identity for myself, in this stage of my career. So, like, not having the pressure of, how do I say this? Not having the pressure of worrying about other things other than basketball. Like,
mm,
God's really blessed me in my career, with peace and grace, and also being able to play as long, I've been able to establish myself and have a place I can call home. So when I, have time to go home and train, like I'm able to get in the lab and really just focus on, basketball and my family and really, be able to work with no distractions. And I was in Europe this year and I came back. So just all these experiences, like I'm just I'm excited for like the next opportunity and the next time you get a chance to go through a training camp and
Yep.
compete for spots and all those things as well. Like,
Yeah.
I'm at the point where it's like I would, take my chances with anybody
Yeah.
against anybody. And I'm excited to just, express that.
Brother, I want to transition to the scene.
Yeah.
What you've been seeing in the scene? What's some things you love about the scene? Talk to me about the scene. Some of your favorite players. Before we
Yeah.
even get to Lance and Bees, talk to me about what you've been seeing in the scene.
So I like the competitiveness. I like the storylines for sure. Like, the next chapter versus Cincinnati and how y'all matched it up where it's like, all one side versus the other. I think that gives it like extra competitiveness
Yeah.
from the start of it because we're on kind of like a team score. So if you go in the game, we're already down 1-0, like you kind of already feel away.
Yeah.
I like how guys are coming prepared to play. I feel like I'm never seeing like a lopsided match, even though the score may be 30-20 or something like that. It's not like the dude's getting blown out. So good offense always kind of beats defense.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see different, styles makes fights. It kind of, the one-on-one stuff kind of turns into a boxing match at times.
Literally.
If you have a shooter and a driver, you know what I'm saying, or a guy that's bigger than a guy that's smaller, like it turns into a perimeter game versus an attacking game. So yeah, and they have their game plan, so it's good basketball to watch.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say like I like I think I saw like a ranking out there and I think I see guys like challenging themselves to move up or play against a guy because he has a better name. But I would say like make sure guys will just continue to challenge themselves. Like it's just basketball.
Yeah.
And the only way to get better is to, play against better guys.
Yeah.
Like so I'm not really familiar with everybody. I definitely watch a lot of the guys that are common on there a lot. I definitely seen them play a couple of times now. But there's so many new. I feel like I saw so many new people now, so it should be interesting the rest of the summer on how it lands out. Some of these guys I feel like are really good. And then is there going to be like a next chapter all-star game where all the guys from these different cities get a chance to play king of the court or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It just be, it'd be fun to mix it up and see like how you would do with maybe even a help side guy there where it's not just like I blow by my defender, it's just one-on-one.
Yeah.
But, it's fun though, for sure.
Brother, what are you expecting out of this Lance Stevenson and Michael Beasley matchup? Like, how did you feel when it was announced?
I felt good about it. Those are two dudes that like one, I talked about like the 30-point thing. Like I feel like they both can get out of bed and make it to 30.
Literally.
Like they're like, they have to do a little bit of that, like, but they're also like crazy like hoopers. Like they kind of just stay in shape. Like I feel like they both in their spare time are just in the gym. Both like Mike. I mean, Bees is like one of the best scorers like of his generation. Like in college, he was like literally one-on-one is what he does, and Lance the same thing. Like that's kind of what he does.
What he does.
You know what I'm saying? So like, Bees is obviously taller and has a lot more size, but Lance has like he's like a downhill guard in a way. Just really good, like with his shoulders and stuff. You can't kind of just rely that you're gonna be stronger than him.
Yeah.
So they both obviously got to come in shape for sure and let the best man win. I mean, it's sad that it's probably just be one game. They should do like best 2 out of 3 because seriously, because they're such good scorers. Like a guy can get hot, and that's pretty much game. Like,
literally, it can happen quick too. It's like a fire.
That's pretty much game.
It could spread quickly.
Yeah,
Brody.
So
what do you? All right, so obviously you play a lot of one-on-ones. Obviously in a workouts, in a practices, sparring matches one-on-one. What are you looking for specifically when you're playing one-on-one, like offensively and defensively? Like, do you focus on certain things in one-on-ones, whether it be your pickups, changing the pace, using your size, being physical on defense? What are you looking for when you play ones?
I mean, it just kind of depends if I'm playing ones with like in this format, like you're playing to obviously win the game, but you're playing to your strengths.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a lot of open court and space, and you just want to make sure you're making the right reads.
Yeah.
Like you want to make sure you're getting clean shots off and not getting like rushed into stuff, and then defensively, like you got to get some stops as well. You know, make sure you're contesting every shot and just doing the little things. You know, you're not killing yourself. You're not overrunning them. The last thing you want to do is continue to foul, but just making sure you're contesting in shots and staying solid. Like it's so much space, and it's one-on-one so much different than a 5-on-5 game. There's so much space. Like, you know, you can go
wherever, the whole
anywhere
court
on the
is
court.
open.
You know what I'm saying?
No help
so
side.
Like
None.
Yeah, so it's really up to you.
Yeah.
And like I said before, good offense always beats good defense.
Yeah.
So sometimes it doesn't even matter about a hand or anything. Like guys are gonna make a shot, they're gonna make a shot.
Bro, I feel like there's going to be, because you already know they're gonna be, Lance and Bees are gonna be in a season for like an entire week. Like both of them have the killer mentality, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Like the mentality as to where like I ain't backing down from shit. Like you gonna have to show
Yeah.
me. Like what do you see happening in those 3 days where those guys are gonna be going at it, personality clashing, bro? Like I done asked everybody this question, Stanley. I done asked, like this is about to be crazy the way those two like speak the game, breathe the game, approach the game.
I see. I don't know how. I mean, they're obviously older now, but I expect Bees talking about we the ones. Like, I expect Bees to just be like, I don't even know why you took the matchup. Like, that's what. And I expect Lance to be like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm me. Like,
yeah,
like you better guard this shit. Like, you gotta go guard this shit.
You know what
like,
time it is. I don't care who you are.
So, and you know what I'm saying? And like B's like, you know, he's gonna be there for 3 days. Like he's gonna want to play.
Bro.
Like you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting, that's for sure. And they're two, like when they're any team that they're on, their job is gonna be to score.
Literally.
So it's gonna be, you know, strength on strength is what I would say.
Brody, you've had battles with both of them, right?
Yeah, I played against both of them.
Talk to me about each of their game really quickly. In that
Mike,
NBA setting. You probably guarded him. What you is, Stan? You probably like 6'8", huh?
Mike is he's a 6'9". I mean, he's like 6'9", 6'10", and he's left hand dominant. He's really good at he's like very like Kevin, like KD, where he's really good at in between, and he has a really good feel. Like you can't just let him take 2 dribbles down the court. If he gets 2 dribbles down the court, he's gonna stop and lean back and make a shot. And really the only way you can get to it is by fouling him. And you don't want to start jumping because he has good footwork as well. I mean, that's kind of what he's made his name on, is the in-between game, from college to the pros. Yeah. And then now as he's gotten older, he's been able to hit the 3, especially off the triple threat, which makes it hard to take him off his left hand. So what you don't want to get into is running out on his 3 and then cutting him off after a second dribble. And now he has you cutting him off, leaning one direction. And now he can fade you back, go back and forth on you. You kind of want to keep him in front of you and make him pull up and like just contest. And that's all you really can do is hopefully in a 30-point game, he has to make 15 twos instead of like, layups and stuff like that.
My only fear though, Stanley, is the fact that he can very efficiently though. Like if he has to knock down 15 twos from the mid-range area,
and if he does, he does.
Bro.
Yeah, if he does, you shake his hand and it's like you beat me.
Yeah.
Because there's really nothing you can if he says that's what's gonna happen today. cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get to 6'9", 6'10" fading away without overcommitting and like, in my opinion, especially like I said, 1-on-1. Like he's not gonna get cut off. He's not gonna pull up. He's gonna keep driving. He's gonna keep going downhill. So for Lance, he's super right hand dominant and like super herky jerky, super like elusive. I'll say with the basketball, like has a steady handle and like is really good at making shots. The more he dribbles, the more he finds rhythm, in my opinion. So you kind of want to make him make decisions because you don't want him start feeling good, and then a lot of times in his career, I mean, it's always a couple times a season, he just starts making threes at a crazy rate, 7, 8 threes in a game.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that you worry, and he's really good with his offhand, like pulling you away. So, some people touch, close out, contest, and like the touch. If you touch him, he's gonna, dribble downhill and then grab your wrist and pull you away from him and be at the basket the whole time. And then while you're trying to get back, he's gonna, step in front of you and get an and one. And, same thing. Like he starts getting downhill. Now he jabs, gets a nice set shot three. Now he starts rolling. So
yeah,
it's definitely a tough cover for sure. But like I said before, I think the main thing as well is like, if you're playing good offense and you're putting pressure on him, he has to play defense a couple of times. He might get a little tired and not be able to play offense as well.
Who are some of your? You said you had a lot of sparring sessions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who was some of your toughest comp, or who was some one-on-one battles that you like really, really remember? Like he was really going at it, whether it be after practice or after a workout, whatever.
Man, I think definitely Kobe was crazy.
All right, stop.
I think.
Pause. Hold on. You saying that? Hey, bro, I ain't been in the league, bro. I ain't sniffed the league. You just said that kind of like casually. Yo, hold on.
Man.
Yeah, talk to me though. Go ahead.
Yeah, but no, he was crazy for sure. I think Melo was, toughest guard in the league, but definitely tough 1-on-1. Reggie Jackson was tough.
Wow.
Reggie Jackson. Me and Reggie played 1-on-1 my rookie year a couple times. He's really hard to guard. And Blake Griffin.
Nah, Blake got a bag though.
Yeah,
you was there when he was in Detroit.
Detroit, yeah, especially in Detroit. Like,
yes,
bro. If he didn't get hurt,
what he tore his Achilles
bro, he was.
What he tore his ACL?
He hurt his knee. He hurt his knee.
Yeah.
He hurt his knee. He hurt his knee a couple times, but he was doing everything he could to help us get in the playoffs that year.
I think y'all did, not 8 seed.
Yeah, we ended up getting in there, but
yeah,
it was what it was. But he was, man, he had it. At that point, he could shoot.
Everything.
And then he was like 275. So
handle.
If you ever, like, he would just hit, like, he hit right hand. Like, he'd be like, you trying to hold him up, he'd be laughing like, oh my God, like, can't believe somebody's actually trying to play bully ball with me. But
that was the biggest difference because in the Clippers, he had a mid-range jump shot off them PNRs of Chris Paul, but it was mainly bully ball. Once he got to Detroit, it's like the whole bag expanded. I don't know who he was working out with, but, bro, he's snatching, changing pace, pulling up from three, spinning, dunking,
bro,
like everything.
When I tell you from the first second he got there, he was doing that. I'm telling you, like the first second he got there, like he got traded. We probably had we actually had a game without him. And then we had one practice that we didn't even practice. Like he just did like a shoot around. And we put a couple of plays in. Like I remember like the first play of the game, we ran if you know what chin is. We ran chin. But just he played the 4 and him and Andre played pick and roll. He threw a lob to Andre the second play of the game. Drummond. And then like the second or third play of the game, he hits a 3 off pick and roll, which I never seen Blake handle in the pick and roll. In LA like that. like he would do it sometimes, like, point guard on small, but I didn't see him like exclusively do that. Then he started like dribbling it down and playing drag, and then it was like crazy to watch. Because at that point in time, I had never played with a player that good. That was like I had never played with a player like a Hall of Famer like that.
Yeah.
That was my first time playing with like, and no offense to Dre, Dre's a Hall of Famer in his own right, in my opinion, because of his rebounding. But like that's like him, I was like, oh, this is what you mean when you have like one of them ones on your team. Like
they doing big to
this is
big
what
ball
you mean,
screens.
like, huh?
They doing big to big ball screens with Blake.
Bro, he was doing big to big ball screens.
What, it was in drop coverage? What they didn't hit? What the
No,
hell?
it's hard to do. No, because they're gonna switch, and you're gonna switch your 4 on the Dre, and Dre's gonna get low side. He's gonna get the ball over the top. If you switch your 5 on the Blake and your 4 on the Dre now is on the boards, and Blake is probably gonna be able to get by him as well.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So, and if he would drag with me or a smaller guy, they would go under, or something would happen. They don't want to switch a small guy. They do not want to switch a small guy onto him. So they're like hedging or like showing or going under, and that's when he's getting to his under 3 because they don't want to switch a small guy onto him.
Wait, Stanley, he's coming off the ball screen and somebody go, okay.
Yeah, like he's coming up, he's getting to the side, and say I go to the screen, my man is hedging. As soon as my man hedges, his man goes under the hedge, and he just stops behind and shoots a 3 on the wing.
Yo, Blake had a different type of bag, bro.
Yeah.
In Detroit. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, for sure.
But when you came to the Lakers, though, I remember, because I watched that whole Lakers season. I was a depressed fan because I'm a Russ fan. Obviously, we all know what happened. But you provided a spark to that team when you came on the team because defensively they had a hole the entire season. I think you came on around January.
Yeah. I think we were super injured as well. Like we were just going through injuries, and we did what we could. It was a rough year injury wise, and it was a rough year just kind of with everything involved.
Yeah.
Like, trading rumors, and I'm not even sure exactly what was going on. I tried to just focus on basketball as much as I could, and it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. I thought we were a really good team. We just couldn't put it together.
Oh, no. AD stayed hurt that year. Bron stayed hurt that year. I think Avery Bradley stayed hurt that year. Wayne Ellington stayed hurt. Everybody was just hurt for that roster the whole time because I think they were the 6th seed for a little bit that year, and then injury bug just bit the top 2 players on the squad, and I was just like, ain't no way, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
But bro, I'm gonna name some players in the YouTube scene. Tell me if you know them. All right.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not trying to be like that.
I'm gonna name. Listen, you good?
I don't know everybody. It's not because I'm not like. I don't know everybody.
All right, listen. Rob Cologne.
Yeah, he's a jump shooter.
Yes. Cam So Smooth.
He just played.
Yes.
Yeah, he just played in Cincinnati.
Yes.
Yeah, I seen him. I just watched that one.
Nas.
Yeah, I know him.
Uncle Scoop.
Yeah.
Nesco.
Yeah, he's from New York. Wears a do-rag all the time?
He's wears a do-rag all the time, but he's from Wilmington, Delaware.
Delaware, okay.
Obviously, you know Frigga.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Okay, but okay. You know what's going on.
Yeah, I know some people.
My boy Burke.
I know Burke.
Oh, Burke!
I just seen him play. He light skinned cat with the beard.
Look like Timu Drake.
Yeah, some of these guys be hooping with my boy Frank Nitti out here in LA.
Yeah, facts.
Up in the valley.
Facts. I'm gonna name some more. BJ. Tall, about 6'6".
I feel like I watched him play, but it doesn't ring a bell.
Let me see if I can name another guy that's very, very popular. Isote.
Yeah, I think I know who that is for sure.
I'm gonna name one more guy. See if I can name one more guy. Let's see what I can get. Mike Harden.
Who?
Mike Harden.
I just watched him play. I've seen it. I've seen his stuff for sure.
Last one, my boy Hoodie Kill.
I've seen his stuff for sure, but I'm not too familiar with his game.
Okay. Okay. All right. Give me your
Um,
give me your top 3 with no order. You know how
top three,
you know I gotta ask you. You know,
and like
or your
I
top
don't
3
know who's
favorite
on
to
the rock.
watch.
I'm saying top three who I've seen on YouTube, just
Yes.
YouTube guys. Man, I think Frank Nitti is one of the better players, and I'm not sure if he even counts like as like because he played college and everybody's done that. So I mean,
Oh, Frank Nitty
so I'll go
definitely played.
Frank.
Frank Nitty
Yeah, I
played.
go Frank Nitti. I think Nas has definitely earned that for sure.
Definitely.
He's played a lot of tough dudes and pretty much won them all, right?
They ain't
Um,
lose all 2024, brother.
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Um, that's a great run. Dang.
It's a lot of talent, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Scoob because I like watching. I like his game.
Okay. So
I like his game.
so we got Frank
I
Nitty,
feel like he's
Nas, and
challenged. I feel
Scoop.
like he's challenged himself. I think Frigga is really good too. Like he has a really like sharp game.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
Brother, have
I
you
don't know.
been
Have they played before?
who?
Has any of these? I know Frigga played.
Frigga played
Nas.
Nas. Frank Nitty doesn't play one-on-ones like that. He's more of a 3v3, 5v5 guy. He said it himself. And Scoop, you know Scoop everywhere. Scoop play everywhere.
Frank don't play one. Frank definitely plays one.
Brother, he ain't been on the
Frank
scene.
definitely plays one.
He ain't been on the scene, bro. But he be dominating in team setting.
Oh
Dominating.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
But he has I
For
think
sure,
he's
but
played
Frank definitely plays ones. Like he be at the Drew playing ones in the game.
But I only seen him play one-on-one game though. I've only seen him play Hezzy God.
Oh, okay.
And he won that
Yeah,
match.
Hezzy God is nice too. I played with Hezzy God before. He's nice.
Yeah, Hezzy God definitely got a bag.
Yeah,
For
he's
sure.
nice.
For sure. But bro, I feel like Stanley, correct me if I'm wrong, you've been offered to play places.
Yeah. We've been talking about it. Trying to figure something out that works out with my schedule
Yeah.
and the schedule as well. And I'll definitely play one day for sure. It's just for me, it's I enjoy it, and I'm already I really enjoy it. Like it looks like a fun time. So especially guys are getting into it. Definitely something I wish to participate in.
What's your and I don't want you to give away any type of game plan, but what would be your
Mm.
like obviously your approach would be to kill, but like what would be your approach to a game? Like
I don't know. It'll be fun, but I know one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play defense.
bro, you
So
don't oh man. Hey
yeah,
Stan, how tall are you, bro?
I'm 6'6".
Man, all right, go ahead, brother. My bad.
So
I didn't mean
like
to cut you off.
it's gonna be uncomfortable. Like I'm gonna play like you're gonna offense better defense whatever, but like 28, 29, whatever. I'm still like fairly not fairly. I'm very a lot like a live body. So like I think I think that's the one thing I think you can separate because at some point in time once you if you're on if you're on a motherfucker if you on a motherfucker like immediately like what I'm saying and it's hard to like those legs get heavy and shit like
Every
it's a
possession.
different it's gonna be a whole different story it's gonna be a hard way to play like a lot of people start off they don't want to get crossed over they don't want to like that's a part of the game like if a
Yeah.
nigga do if a dude make a good move it's got a good move. Like, what's, what I'm saying? Like, what else can you do? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But you can't sit there and let guys get comfortable and, hezzy pulling the shots and just like, get all comfortable. Like, it has to be a competitive game. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not going to come out there and be Cali cool and like, oh, like, let's just,
Oh,
let's
you
warm up a little
locked.
bit.
You locked.
I'm not locked in. I'm just saying I'm gonna play like
No, I
I'm gonna
know.
play. I'm not like going like I'm gonna play the way I know how to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I'm not
bro.
gonna like just like play a cool
You're not gonna
oh
play
let's just
cool.
pass the ball to each other and play jump shots. No, we're gonna play. Let's play. Let's
Yeah.
play.
Yeah. Brother, do you have any score prediction or any type of score spread prediction for Lance and Michael Beasley?
To 30.
To 30.
Hmm, that's a good one. I'll say this: whoever wins, they win like 30-20,
Okay.
30-18. Like it won't be. I don't think it'll be like a. It'll be competitive for sure, but it won't be like a back and forth, back and forth. Like they're good scorers. They're gonna put the ball in the basket. Like so, it won't be like that hour 45-minute game. It's gonna be a 20-minute game, 20,
So
25-minute game.
you think the runs are going to be that potent?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure,
Shit.
for sure, for sure.
It's my
Because
last.
they know what they're good at. They know what they're going to. They know what shots they can make. They know they know. So they're not going to be shooting shots, in my opinion, that they're like, oh, trying shit. Like they making these shots their whole life.
You know what I'm curious
So
to see? I'm curious to see the what's the words I'm looking for? The discrepancy in shot making from. I'm not even trying to disrespect our craft or the YouTube guys because the YouTube guys can go, but I'm just curious to see the discrepancy in the efficiency, like the difference between like the YouTube hoopers that get a bucket and Lansing Bees. I'm curious to see that.
I think the bigger difference, because like you play with guys all over. You play with guys all over the place, and like definitely like playing at a faster pace. Like the NBA is like a bunch of big, tall athletes, and playing with those type of contests help you become a better shooter
Yeah,
because you have to be like your mechanics have to be faster and better, right?
yeah,
But for Beasley, he's 6'9", 6'10".
yeah,
So he's like, there's only certain ways to guard. Like there's only certain ways to guard him. So say he's a good a shooter. He's a good a shooter. Say he's a little less of a shooter than Frigga is, right? Frigga's let's just say for instance that Frigga's a better shot maker. Michael Beasley will always have the edge in shot making is because you cannot contest some of his
yeah.
shots.
Yep,
You feel what I'm saying?
yep.
You can't. You have to guard him way differently. Like Lance is 6'5", 6'6", like probably 250, 225, 230, like long arms, like gets to the rim at a crazy rate. Like I don't think people can stay in front of him. So when you have to it's like almost like the physical, like the fact that these guys are not only are they making the shots at the same pace, they're doing it and they're bigger human
Bigger. Yep,
beings.
yep.
And I think that's like more than likely the difference is because God, man, I'm not saying the best shooters are playing in the NBA. Like, no
Mm-hmm.
offense to Russ, but like, he had to learn how to shoot as well. He's not like he's not no Steve Nash, like
Yep,
a 50, 40, 90 guy.
yep.
He makes a lot of layups. Then he makes the shots, gets in his rhythm. Like just like myself. Like, there is some snipers, Duncan Robinson, I played with a guy named Cole Swider. He's like, you see certain guys that are special, depth perception must be different. Like
Yeah, that is a
just make
thing
shots
too.
at a rate.
That's a thing too. That's a good point. Hold on.
So I think you broke up a
Now you can
little
hear
bit.
me. You can hear me.
But yeah, I hear you.
All right, bet. Yeah, that perception is a great point. That's a great
Yeah.
point, dog. For sure. Hey, let me ask you this
But,
question. This is my last question for you. Then I'm gonna go ahead and just get your final thoughts. What odds do you think are going to be on this pay per view with Lansing Bees?
um, like what eyes and what perspective?
In just the world period, basketball world, like what type of
Oh,
eyes are going to be on this pay per view?
I think a lot of people are gonna watch. I think a lot of people. I mean, all of his peers. I mean, guys like these two dudes. Like guys just love watching them play. They play. They've always played the game the way they played the game since they were in high school. You know what I'm saying? It's always been entertaining to watch, and guys know like these are a couple of dudes that really love the game, really are good at the game, and one-on-one environment where they also get to talk shit the whole time as well. Like I think that all of our peers, all the people that they played against or played with or have ran into them at some point in time. At some point in time, we'll probably come across a video and watch it. Old coaches, stuff like that, we'll definitely watch. Because, everybody likes an entertaining game, no matter if it's a
Facts.
good high school basketball game or,
Facts.
Anything.
I just think the one-on-one world is opening up another form of gladiator sport. You know what I'm saying?
For
Like
sure.
it's opening up like everybody. I mean, everybody knows that one-on-one aspect, whether it be boxing, UFC. It don't matter. It's one-on-one. Who is better that day?
It's definitely a form, like, how like the dunk competition or a 3-point shootout.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely a space in basketball that's like interesting by itself, and like it's like one of the bigger parts of the game. Because no matter who you are, like every time like the ball is passed to you, you have a one-on-one situation, you have a closeout, right? So like this is just kind of like highlighting that space. So everybody plays one-on-one. At some point in time, you play the game. It's just now you're doing it like this, and it's interesting. It's not the whole game, but it's definitely an interesting part of it for sure.
Stanley Johnson pulled up to the stream. Any last words for the people, my brother?
My God, man, I definitely appreciate you guys' support, and definitely a huge fan of what you guys are doing. Keep going. Definitely the culture needs it. Basketball needs it.
For sure.
It's like pure fun-hearted stuff, and I'm wishing you guys all the best. Obviously, I hope I can join you guys soon in the future for a couple times, as long as I'm still playing. I'd like to come through, and just like the Drew League and all the stuff I play in the summertime, come through and have a good time. Have some laughs, have some good elbows, and some shit talking, and get on with it.
Brother, appreciate you pulling up, man. We could do this again whenever you want to pull up again. Just let us know for sure, bro. Great conversation, brother. Thank you.
For sure, bro. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Brody. Oh man, chat. Another W. Stanley Johnson, Arizona legend, played in the league for a long time. Is in the G League, making his way back to the league. Very, very chill guy. Very, very fun to conversate with and talk the game of basketball. Extremely grateful for you guys tuning in. Extremely grateful for him pulling up. Extremely grateful, period. See you guys in the next video.